Once again, my friends, welcome to another video, and this video is going to be for the 3,000 subscriber special build. It's been a little while since I did an update to this build, but I was just waiting for some extra parts, and we finally got those parts in from Lake Monster. And we got a couple of more goodies to go through as we get ready to build the Enterprise as she appeared in Star Trek the Motion Picture. So why don't we go over to the desk and I'll show you guys what's in the envelope. Alright, let's open it up. I'll show you guys what I got. The accurate, lightable Constitution Refit Impulse Deck. I figured, you know what, we're doing all this work, we might as well get that too. So we got that, and we got the upper decks with the interior, the upper decks with the officers' lounge. So that's going to be pretty fun. And you can see Lake Monster Details. You can see the LakeMonsterDetails.com if you guys want to check that out. Alright, let's see what we got first. This looks like this is the Impulse deck. Check that out. Nice. And it's got the decals. Show you guys what it says. A mold release agent was used in casting these parts. Parts must be carefully washed in lukewarm, not hot, soapy water. You will have painting and adhesion issues if you do not do this. Do not wash in hot water as the parts could become soft and prone to warp. Using a little bit of household cleaner, simple green or 409 works well too. Please use CA glue or super glue, a short-setting epoxy to adhere parts together. Scrape areas to be glued. Regular model cement will not work with these resin parts. For any reason, if it's defective or missing any parts or any questions, feel free to contact and I can help. And this is Cass at Lake Monster Details. And then you see the trademark information for Star Trek and Paramount. And on the front, you can see the motion picture era Constitution Refit Impulse Deck. Accurate and lightable impulse deck for the 1537 scale Enterprise. So let's open it up. And there's nothing on the inside. Okay. And it looks pretty cool. And this is the bubble wrap that it came in. Let me show you guys where it's actually going to go. So this is what's going to be replaced. We're going to carefully have to trim this out, and we're going to replace it with the clear one. So let's take a look. It's going to look so much better with this lit. And the impulse engines, they look really nice. Let's see, let's check out the comparison. Put it over the top. Looks like it's close. It looks like there might be a little bit of a size difference, but so what we'll do is when we cut this piece out, we'll cut it on the inside just to make sure that we don't cut too much. And once it's replaced, we'll have the impulse engines that are going to light up. That's going to be really, really nice. detail. Check out the back, the engines. And what is this? These are the decals. Let's see, we've got the blue, the light colored, and we've got the kind of yellowish red or orange. And I think these, they feel like water slide decals. Yep. And there are instructions, so let's check the instructions out. Okay. Lake Monster details. Impulse deck install instructions. Using .030 diameter bit mounted on a Dremel tool, drill a series of holes all along the inside of the outline of the kit impulse deck. The holes should be about 1 to 1.5 millimeters apart. Following the scoring holes made from drilling, carefully cut away the kit impulse deck that will be discarded using a sharp 11 X-Acto knife. Use a Dremel side cutter or grinder to trim away the rough edges until the trace lines are smooth. Take your time, be careful, do not trim too far into the model, as you will have gaps that will need filling. You may also test fit the new impulse deck several times to achieve a snug fit. So you can see the section that needs to be trimmed out. Using the template provided below, cut the holding piece from a .060 thick styrene sheet and glue on the inside of the saucer. This new impulse deck will rest on top of the holding piece. Remember to open the hole for the impulse crystal chamber for lighting. Note, you may need to cut away extra from the holding piece plate for proper impulse LED placement. 5. Using super glue or quick setting epoxy glue, replacement impulse deck into the model, filling any gaps in sand smooth. Glue the impulse crystal into the impulse deck. These must be old because, as far as I can tell, the impulse... Oh, it does actually come out. Okay. That's a nice touch, because it can be painted. And then, once this is painted blue, you can put it back in. So that's a good little feature. It just kind of pops into place. Okay. So with this, I think I'm going to do what I did for the sensor dome area of the USS Titan and the build that we had just done. I'm going to paint the areas. We're going to paint it black. And of course, the areas that are going to be lit, we're going to keep clear. And then we're going to mask off the areas, and then we're going to paint it. And when we paint the ship, the pearlescent white. And that is going to go right there. So that's going to be fun. Align the top edge of the kit's lower hull. And you can see what we're going to have to cut away on the bottom part. Let me show that to you. So the bottom section, and that won't be too bad to remove, because we're going to want to light it. So, okay. And that's the impulse deck. So that's really cool. Again, I wasn't going to get it, but I figured, you know what? We're going through all this work to make her special. Let's really, really put her over the top. Okay, now we're going to move on. We got the B and C decks, the officers' quarters, and that's really cool. Check this out. Constitution refit for the AMT 1537 scale refit Starship model kit from Lake Monster Decals. Upper decks with interior. And it says the same thing with the mold release agent, to wash it in warm water, not hot, and to use super glue on it. Alright, let's open this up. There's a lot of modifications we're going to be doing to this kit. Not only the primary hull, but we've got to modify the nacelles as well so we can link the chill holes. Alright, let's open this up. I think they could get a bigger bag that could hold the instructions. Alright, let's check out the instructions. Lake Monster details. And it shows you, let's see, okay. Use a fine marker, trace an outline. Then drill a series of holes horizontally using a .030 diameter bit along the outline of the upper deck. The holes should be about 1 and 1.5 millimeters apart. Important, do not drill the holes at an angle. You may have large gaps if you do. Kind of like removing the section for the impulse decks. You can see cutting the section out. Using a Dremel grinder bit, trim away the rough edges until the trace lines are smooth. The hole may need to be slightly widened as well. Take your time. Be careful not to trim too far into the model or you will have gaps that will need filling. Several test fits may be needed to achieve a snug fit. In preparation of the part, carefully remove the pour sprue from the resin BC deck using a sharp knife or cutter. And finally, using CA glue or a quick setting epoxy, glue the replacement upper deck to the model, filling any gaps with model putty and sand smooth. Alright, let's take a look now at what we're going to have to do. And this is going to be so fun, guys. Look at the lounge. Love it. And it looks like we have see, we've already got the bridge from the other stuff that we have from Lake Monster, but you can see the detailed bridge. It's actually going to go on top. Not on top of this, because we have to remove that to put in the B and C decks. Let's take a look. See the windows, and let's put the, show you guys, it's going to go in like this. We'll be able to look in through. This is going to be so cool. And again, what I'm going to do with this is just like the clear parts and the sensor dome on the USS Titan that we just did. I'm going to paint it. I'm going to paint it black, and we'll do the same thing, just to light block everything. Then we'll be able to paint it. And we're going to remove this. We're going to remove this the same time we remove that. And there's a little lip that's going to fit on the surface. So let's see, what are they? We're going to be going in from a side angle all the way around, and we'll see. They say to use the drill bits and to drill little holes and to use the knife. This is pretty thick. I don't know if I have the blade, the X-Acto blade that they're referencing. If not, I have a few ideas how to take the sections off. At first, I felt kind of bad because I didn't want to mutilate the model, but just think about it, guys. When you can look into the officer's lounge and the impulse crystals will be lit up. And look at that. That's just so cool. Detail it up. It's going to be really fun. And that was the extra parts that I was waiting for, so we can move on with the build now. I was waiting for the impulse decks, the impulse deck crystals, and the refit upper decks with the officer's lounge. So this is going to be really fun. So we're going to be moving on, and I don't know which section I'm going to tackle first. I'm thinking we might do the nacelles first, but we'll see. So my friends, until the next video in this series, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support and the kind comments, and I'll talk to you soon.